NPR, this is Ella Patten,
Julia Bedell,
Peyton Thompson,
Claire Adams,
and this is our debate on the flat earth theory.
Let's get into it.
That the flat earth theory is real. We do not think that there's any possible way that the earth is spherical.
All the information about the Earth comes from NASA. In recent history, they have been exposed for faking the moon landing, so can we even really trust them?
Claire believes that the Earth is not flat because the shadow of the moon's surface is round during lunar eclipses. This shadow is the planets, and it's a great clue about the spherical shape of the Earth.
Off your point from the round shadow, have you ever been standing on a flat surface and looking up into the sky? It looks like a flat plane. So when you think, because the average person is around 5 feet and 4 inches, that when you go into a plane and you're 10,000 feet in the air, you would be able to see some sort of curve, but you don't. It is still flat.
Another point that proves that the earth is round is the pull of gravity. Gravity pulls towards the center of an object. If an object is a sphere, the distance between the center and anything on the sphere is the same at any given moment. So gravity pulls the object down. If the earth were flat, gravity would be pulling us sideways to the center.
Of the gravity theory, it is just that, a theory. Sir Isaac Newton never proved it. Thus, if the Earth was round, we would just fall off, since gravity is just a theory and might not be even true. Also, Antarctica surrounds the Earth and is the ice wall that prevents us from falling off. Ever seen anyone visit Antarctica other than researchers? So their information could be biased, since normal people are not allowed to go there, since it is the ice wall that prevents us from falling off the Earth.
Another way to know that the Earth is a sphere is by riding a plane. Planes can travel in a relatively straight line for a very long time and not fall off the edges. They can also circle the Earth without stopping. If you look out the window on a transatlantic flight, you can, most of the time, see the curvature of the Earth on the horizon.
To NASA, they have announced that only 3% of Earth's surface has been seen by astronauts. All images of the Earth are composite, which means many of the cloud patterns are copied and pasted, which is why when you look at a picture of Earth on Google, everything looks repeated, and some of the countries even seem to look different as they would appear on a map. This announcement proves that not even some of the most famous Earth scientists have even seen the whole thing, which proves that how could we be so sure that the Earth is a sphere if we've only seen the top curve? Julia and I are not saying that the Earth is a rectangular prism, but we at least think that the bottom is flat, so it could be a dome or any type of prismatic figure.
Another thing that proves that the earth is round is the existence of time zones. In New York, when it's 12 o'clock p.m., the sun is in the middle of the sky. In Beijing, it's 12 midnight and the sun is nowhere to be found. This can only be explained if the world is round and rotating around its own axis. At a certain point, when the sun is shining on one part of the earth, the opposite side is dark. That allows for different time zones.
In the Bible, it talks about how there's the sea, sky, and the firmament, which is a dome, and the heavens are above the four corners. This would lead us to believe that the Earth is a square or rectangle in the bottom with four corners and a dome covering the top, and this would explain the time zones.
Images from space are also a big reason why we know the Earth is spherical. In the past 60 years of space exploration, we've launched satellites, probes, and people into space. In all the photos taken, the Earth is spherical. The curvature of the Earth is also visible in many photos snapped by astronauts above the International Space Station.
Now, this next theory about the flat earth theory is just a theory like all of the other statements, but it does get a little bit dark. You know, shrooms and marijuana are illegal in most of the United States. In other states, these drugs are not illegal, and we question this because we have been lied to by our government about the moon landing with Russia, and in Russia, these drugs are not illegal. Many people think that these drugs are illegal because when people take them, their minds open to new possibilities. People can think about this theory and begin asking questions. For example, when some people are on shrooms, they think about if the earth is real, if people are real, aliens. I know it all sounds very silly, but it is something to consider.
That's it for today, folks. Hope you guys learned something. Bye!